Welcome back, my dear student. So, in this lecture, we're going to be learning how to remove directories and files as well. So, let's get to it. So, let's create a new file here. I'm just going to call this file removing. Simple as that. .js. Don't you love that we are writing JavaScript code and we are doing stuff with our computer? That's great, right? I don't know if you're excited, but I get excited just thinking about it. So, let's start doing stuff with it. Let's create, just for the heck of it, let's just create a, not a file, let's create a directory. And I'm going to call this new directory, new dir. Okay, there we go. And let's just delete it right away, right? And let's just remove that directory. And it's on here. And you know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use the sync version of it. So that way I don't have to write the callback. Because if you do this asynchronously, then we're going to have to get the callback. And it takes, the second argument could be a callback with the data back as an error. Okay, so just the same thing we have been doing. If error, return error. If not error, then you return successful, right? Or we do whatever we need to do. So I'm just going to use the sync version so that way I don't have to put the callback. Okay, so I'm just going to remove that directory. Let's enter, and voila, it's done. You see how easy that was? Okay, and I gave you a little bit of I showed you this before. I went ahead of myself, and when I was doing the autocomplete, and I told you that was for removing directories. So now we have a very similar one for, let's create the directory again. We have a very similar one for files, but of course not similar, but it removes stuff, right? It removes files. So let's create that directory again, new dir, and inside that directory, let's create a file, new file.js, and I'm not gonna put any data there. I just want you to see how we do it. So the fs on link is what we're gonna be using, and I'm gonna use the sync version of it. Again, I'm gonna give it the path to where that file is located, and this one is called new file.js. Okay, so you see the file right here. Okay, let's do it. Enter. Oops. Let's first comment this out here. Enter, and you see the file is gone. Okay, so we use the onLink function there, or method, to delete the files, and the remove directory to remove the directory. Okay, pretty cool stuff, right? Now this sync here will give us an error if it's not able to delete the file, and we can use a try and catch block like this to get the error if we want to. Okay, we can just get the error here. Okay, but we can try to delete this, and we can console the error here. Okay, so that way you can see it. So let's clear this out real quick. Let's run it, and you can see we get the error right here. No such file or directory. Okay, there we go. Let's append something to it. Here's the error. Okay, let's come back and do it again. Enter. There we go. Here's the error. No such file or directory. Got it? So I just wanted to show you that. Most things that you can do a try and catch and get an error, especially when you have an error coming back from here. That's it. That's it for removing files. Let's jump into the next lecture. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next lectures.